So in this video, we're going to be heat setting the ink into the garment. And this is probably one of the most important parts of the overall process of keeping it permanently in your garment. The actual garment will probably wear out before your design does, which is pretty amazing. So before we do some ironing, I quickly just noticed that there's a splodge of ink on my design from, I think I must have splashed a little ink on there on my way past. In this circumstance, it's kind of in the middle of my design, so I'm going to leave it. But if this does happen on your design, if it's on the sleeve of a shirt or like the bottom of the shirt, you could get, when it's still wet, you could get your water bottle and just give it a nice solid spray, and that should be enough to kind of get that ink out of the fabric and to wash away. So you need to do that before the ink dries. Yeah, so there is a solution, but in this circumstance, it's pretty wild and ready anyway, and I don't mind the splotch, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm excited how this is looking. Everything's come up really beautifully. When you iron your beautiful, fresh, handmade garment, you want to put a nice protective layer on top. So I'm just using this piece of canvas. You could use a hanky or a pillowcase or a sheet. Just needs to be something to protect the garment from the iron. I've got my iron set on linen, and I'm just going to nice and gently iron that design for about 2 minutes, and that will just set that ink into the fabric. There are many options. You could use an Elna heat press. So yeah, just move it around. Even the sun, if I've done lots of printing like remote out bush, and sometimes we didn't have an iron, and so we just put the shirts in the sun for the day, and that can also be enough to set, especially black, into a coloured shirt. The black ink really dyes the garment. Yeah, and maybe while we're here just talking about the inks, there is different consistencies with each ink. Some are really runny, some are a bit thicker. So when we were squeegeeing earlier, sometimes you may only need to do one pull for black, for example. Maybe for blue you would need to do maybe 3 to 4 pulls because that ink's a lot thicker. Cool, this is looking good. And I think it's nearly ready. So we'll just have a look at that. And that's even pulled a little bit of that ink splodge away that I had on my design. So that is ready and machine washable. Just treat it as a normal piece of material in your cupboard. So that's that for printing. In the next and final video, we're going to be talking about how to wash your screens. Thank you for watching. You can find more videos from Territory artists at channelnt.com.au.